All right. Now let's get on some real shit. All right. I keep saying this over and over again within my videos that it is possible for multiple things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. Three things can be true at the same time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and what have you. And I'm saying this because a lot of people in society think within a dichotomy in which they think almost every single thing are mutually exclusive from each other. Where a lot of people have this way of thinking where only one thing can be right at the same time. That if you agree with one thing, whatever that thing may be, that automatically means everything else is wrong. And that's not how the world operates. That's not how society operates. Multiple things can be true at the same time. I keep stressing that. I'm going to keep on stressing that over and over and over again. This world do not operate upon a dichotomy. You know, this world and this society is more complex than that. And I'm saying this because I keep seeing this dichotomous way of thinking amongst a lot of people in so-called black YouTube. Now, let's get to this. What's up, Bronzebird? Yo, Bronzebird, I thought they flagged your channel, Bronzebird. Because one day I was looking at your channel and it says that your channel was suspended. I don't know, maybe I clicked on the wrong channel, but anyhow, right? Back to the topic. So, and I'm saying this because, like I said before, a lot of people have this thinking in which they believe that only one thing can be true at the same time. Okay, so Bronzebird said they did. Okay, Bronzebird said they did suspend his channel. I guess he fought. I guess he replied back and got his channel back. You know, but okay, let's get back to the topic. Right? So, for example, let me give an example of this, right? When it comes to women's rights and men's rights, right? When it comes to the rights of females in society and the rights of males in society. Some people believe, what's going on, everybody? Sheed, Toya, what's going on? What's up, y'all? Oh, okay. Oh, somebody porn bombed Bronzebird stream, but okay. Oh, Bronzebird appealed, and then he, okay. That's good, Bronzebird. That's good. But back to the topic. Let's use men's rights and women's rights, for example. Some people believe, right, especially in this so-called manosphere, that in order for men to have rights, women's rights must be eliminated. And the reason why they believe this is because they believe that women having rights, such as the rights to vote, the rights to own property, the rights to have equal educational and employment opportunities, and etc., has actually stopped men, or have actually reduced men from having their own rights, if you understand what I mean. And I think that that's bullshit, okay? But nonetheless, they believe that in order for men in the society to fully have the rights of to have the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that women must have their rights removed away from them. See, when people have this way of thinking, They have a dichotomous way of thinking in which they believe that the right of males and females are mutually exclusive from each other. And that's bullshit, in my opinion. That's bullshit. It's very possible for the rights, it's very possible to live in a society where the rights of both males and females are equally respected and acknowledged. No human being should have their freedom nor their rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The two can coexist at the same time. See, to, females having rights. And we see today where males in America are having more of their rights removed. The issue is that over the years, ever since the second wave of feminism, over the years, America had been so focused on making sure that the rights of females is acknowledged and respected, to the point of fact that America have abandoned its males, assuming that its males are okay. And what that has done, whether it has been done intentionally or unintentionally, is that it has given an unbalance where the females end up having more rights in the society than the males. So the issue in society is that there is an imbalance of one group having more rights than the other group. So in order to balance that out, so all the groups are treated equally and the rights of all groups are treated fairly, that you must remove the imbalance. Policies must be set for so both males and females can live in a truly equal society. The solution to that is not to remove the rights of females, because when you do that, then that's going to cause another imbalance where females live in a society where their rights is taken away from them, right? Then that leaves them in a position where they can be abused and no justice can be done, because in that type of society, they have no rights. And that's not fair for them to live in a society like that. But on the flip side, it's not fair for males to live in a society where their rights are abused. So what you do is that you have to remove corrupt policies that causes an imbalance where one group have more rights than the other group, to make sure that society is truly operating on equality. Two things can coexist at the same time. Male rights and female rights can coexist at the same time. No group of people need to get their rights to be removed for so another group of people could feel free in society. That is not how the real world works. All right? When you remove corruption, where one demographic of people have more rights than another demographic, then you can live in an equal society. Multiple things can coexist at the same time. And I believe that a lot of people in so-called Black YouTube do not understand the concept. especially when they make statements believing that one demographic's rights should be removed from them, for so another demographic can live in a society where they're truly free. That concept is not true at all. And that goes against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But you have people who think that way. And it's plenty of people who think that way. See, when you remove the liberties and freedom of human beings, what's eventually going to happen as a result of that is war. Because if you study history, that's how revolutions happen. If you study world history, that's how revolutions happen. Revolutions happen as a result of people's basic human rights being removed from them. Therefore, these people who have their rights removed from them get so tired of living in a society where they are restricted of their rights to the point of fact that they end up fighting a war. When you remove the rights of human beings, especially when you remove the rights that human beings once have, you're always going to end up having chaos eventually. Multiple things can coexist at the same time. You don't need to remove anyone's rights in order for one group of people can feel free in this society. You just have to remove society's bias and favoritism of one group over the other. Therefore, all people can actually be truly treated the same in society. Multiple things can coexist at the same time. The liberty of males and the liberty of females can coexist at the same time. And to me, it just behooves me where people don't understand that. To me, it's common sense. Shout out to my brother G Weave, also known as the Negro Mind. I still remember, back in 2012, I think, he made a video saying that it's possible for there to be two truths to one narrative. Multiple things can be true at the same time. And I'm saying that because, once again, a lot of people in society have this way of thinking where only one thing can be true at one time. Well, that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, that way of thinking is actually a logical fallacy in itself. It's actually a logical fallacy in itself. Yo, what up, Tampa? Tampa Supreme. What's going on? Now, that's all I have to say. I don't have much else to say outside of that. It is insane for someone to believe that the rights of another demographic of people must be removed from them in order to make society better. And a lot of people have that way of thinking. You want to change the topic, Tampa? We off topic. That's off topic right now. That's off topic, but since you brought that up, dude, I'm a Laker fan, man, and I'm in between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the outcome of this year's finals. Because as a Laker fan, I don't like neither team. As a Laker fan, Boston has been our longtime rivals, and Golden State is also, you might as well say, our Western Conference rivals. So I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's going to be an interesting NBA Finals, because you have one of the best offense in the NBA in Golden State going against one of the best defense in the NBA in Boston. So it's pretty, wow. It's, you know what? To be logical, I think Golden State is going to win this game or win this finals. Golden State is going to win this finals. Golden State has the experience. They have more firepower, and they have more consistency. In which Boston, when you look at this past Eastern Conference Finals, right? And when you also look at round 2 of the playoffs, where the Celtics played against the Bucks, one reason why both of those series that Boston played in ended up in the game 7 is because Boston is not consistent in offense. They're consistent in defense, but they're not consistent in offense, minus Jason Tatum. Like when you look at game 7 of this year's Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat could have won that game. They could have won that game because Boston as a team was missing so many big shots. They missed, it's like they was wide open for big shots, and they missed so many big shots, in which if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler making that stupid 3-point shot in which he could have drove the ball to the hole and tied the game, Boston could have took the game to overtime and possibly won. So what I'm saying is that when you saw like Boston Celtics in that series, and then the series prior, like the second round when they played against the Bucks, they play inconsistently. And you cannot play that way against Golden State. If you play inconsistent against Golden State will tear you up. Because you know that Steph Curry, for the most part, he's consistent. Draymond Green, for the most part, he's consistent. Jordan Poole is consistent. And Andrew Wiggins is having one hell of a playoff season. Personally, I believe that Andrew Wiggins should have won the Western Conference Finals MVP. He should have won that Magic Johnson trophy, not Steph Curry. But you know, the NBA is all about politics, and this year is the first time that you have a Western Conference MVP and the Eastern Conference MVP. So, of course, you're going to give those big stars, right? But Andrew Wiggins deserves that Western Conference MVP because right now he's playing consistently. I'm shocked at Andrew Wiggins because his ass, I didn't see his ass play this consistent even when he played in college, when he played for the University of Kansas for that 1 year. So the Celtics have a pattern of being inconsistent, while the Golden State Warriors have a pattern of being consistent. Now, I didn't add Klay Thompson to the list of being consistent because Klay Thompson has a track record of being inconsistent on offense. You know? So I think Golden State is going to win this NBA Finals. Yeah, Wiggins is the third option. Yeah, he's the third option. And you know what? He fits in that team because Wiggins, and I've stated this ever since Wiggins got drafted in the NBA in 2014. When he got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, I told people Andrew Wiggins is not a star player. He got drafted as a star player. I said Andrew Wiggins is not a star player. He's a good second or third option. And I've been proven right based on what he gave to Golden State. Because he fits in that third option. Yeah. So as much as I hate to admit it as a Laker fan, but I see Golden State winning this NBA Finals. And if that's the case, the legacy of Steph Curry is going to increase. The greatness of Steph Curry is going to increase because you know Steph Curry is going to come in that NBA Finals with that fire. What up, King of Lions Z45? What up, King of Lions? What up, Juan G's? I mean, KD already looked bad. Like Kevin Durant already looks bad when he got swept in the first round of the playoffs. You know, so he already looks bad. Yeah, the NBA want to make Luka Doncic the face of the NBA. He ain't gonna be the face of the NBA, boy. Yo, listen. In order for the NBA to thrive, you got to make a black dude the face of the NBA. You got to make a brother the face of the NBA. You know, there's never going to be another Larry Bird, man. Luka Doncic is nice, but if you want the NBA to thrive, you got to put a black face as the face of the NBA. You know, that black face has got to be the face of the NBA because the whole world know that when it comes to athletic talent, it's that black guy that's the talent. So really, after LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant retires, I don't know who's going to be the next face of the NBA. You might have a dilemma that you see in the early 2000s where prior to LeBron James being the NBA, there was really no face of the NBA at the time. Now, Luka Doncic, he might end up being maybe the second or third best player in the league. But to make him the face of the NBA, nah, man. That you know, this ain't the Jerry West or Larry Bird days, man. You know, and not only that, but you got to understand, Giannis is still young. After LeBron retires, after LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant retires, the next face of the NBA is going to be Giannis. Giannis, the Greek freak. I mean, if you think about it, in a way, he's already the face of the NBA in a way. And he's going to be the face of the NBA until he retires. Luka Doncic is going to be like the second or third best player in the league. And that's if Zion Williamson doesn't fully heal from his injury and become that force that he was destined to be. That is if Ja Morant doesn't become a better and better player. Damn. I've spoken more on basketball than I've spoken on the actual topic of discussion. You guys know I love basketball, but yeah. But yeah. But back to the topic, multiple things can be true at one time. Multiple things can coexist at one time. It is very unintelligent and unwise for people to have this thinking where only one concept can be true at the same time. We don't live in that type of world. The world is bigger than that. Where there are multiple beliefs in multiple things that are true or have a level of truth in it. So, for example, the rights of one group of people and the rights of another group of people can coexist at the same time, so long as we live in a society where a balance is respected and acknowledged. So when you got males in the manosphere who advocate for females to have their rights and liberties be removed, I'm against that. And I'm not even a feminist, by no means. But I don't advocate for the rights of any demographic of people to be removed from them. Because once again, you have a lot of males in the manosphere who feel as though men's rights can be established so long as females have their rights removed from them. No, when and in reality, if that happens, what you create is a society where people are being oppressed. And society should not function like that. Society should not function in a way where, in order for one people to feel unoppressed, another group of people should be oppressed. There needs to be a balance where the rights and liberties of all people can coexist at the same time. And that's possible. Yo, yeah, what's up, Jersey Hammer? Yeah. That's a good statement. By the fact that you breathe air, you should have the right to determine how you are governed. Exactly. The fact that you are a human being and you breathe air, you have the right to determine how you are governed. I mean, how can we live in a democracy, right? Because America, on paper, is supposed to be a democracy. So how could you live in a democracy if people do not have the rights to determine how they're being governed? How can we live in a democracy? Excuse me. How can we live in a democracy where its citizens have their rights removed from them? Like, I can't believe that there are people within the manosphere who think this way. And to be fair, you have feminists who think this way about males also. You have feminists who also believe that the rights of males should be removed from them. And that's just as wrong. Because if you claim to be a feminist and you are for the restriction or the removal of the rights of males, then you are going contrary to what people like Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Susan B. Anthony advocated, which is equal rights. And equal rights has nothing to do with removing the rights of someone else. Equal rights has everything to do with you making sure that you are treated with the same dignity and the same respect and the same rights as everybody else in society. So I don't co-sign to this bullshit that the rights of females or the rights of males should be removed from them. Both these things are equally as stupid. And once again, people have this way of thinking because they believe that in order for one group to have their rights, another group must relinquish their rights. And that's not true at all. The rights of both males and females can coexist at the same time. All you just need to do is live in a society where bias and favoritism between each gender do not exist. And if people in the manosphere are actually serious when it comes to the rights of men in the society and the rights of boys in the society, then they would advocate for a true equilibrium between the two genders, for so the rights of both genders can coexist. If you advocate for anything outside of an equilibrium, then you're advocating for oppression. And that's not even realistic anyway. Realistically speaking, in the United States of America, the rights of females will never ever be removed. That'll never happen. But what is very possible to happen is for a true equilibrium to be established between how females in America is treated and how males in America are treated, and that they're treated just as equally. That's way more possible than the removal of the rights of one gender. Multiple things can coexist at the same time. And it's so sad how some people do not comprehend this. Multiple things can coexist at the same time. But yo, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. That's all I have to say. I know I said that early in this stream, but this time I'm serious. That's all I have to say. All right, man. You guys have a great day or a great evening. Peace.